I ain't a man that you've been looking for. Hearts being darker than a devil's soul. I ain't someone you bring to mama's house. Do you believe? Do you believe when I say time is a thief and love is all grief and all you will ever see me do is acting like the man you'll never understand. But baby, don't leave. Baby, don't leave. Save me. Save me. You gotta save me. Save me. Save me. You gotta save me. Save me. Save me. I've got these demons going on inside. Your love is the only way to satisfy. Show me the road where I see the light. Do you believe? Do you believe when I say no medication, no meditation will ever work like you do? Save me. Save me. You gotta save me. Save me. Save me.
All right, guys, we're going to do something that I've been very remiss about on this entire project, and that is actually drawing something out. So, what we have, we are designing our queen posts. So this right here is going to be the reference face facing to the outside of the building. This right here is going to be what's pointed to the inside of the building. Now, as you can see, I am doing a big through tenon. We're going to do this Dutch style on this one. And that's going to be all the way through, but that's going to be a big through mortise there, 2x8 through mortise. It's also going to be centered in the post. We're going to have a 5-inch tenon on top. That's what the purling plate's going to attach to. Down here, this is just showing that we're going to have a brace mortise, a hidden mortise on the other side of this. And those are just construction lines to show it. So over here, just going to see that's where a brace is going to go. And that's going to be the purlin plate brace to the queen post. We're going to go a 30-inch by 30-inch layout. And this actually gets measured at 30 inches because there's going to be a 1/2-inch housing for the purlin plates. Right here, we're going to do a full 1-inch housing, 1 inch all the way around. I'm not doing an angled one like we did on the tie beams, but that's going to be for the queen post ties coming through. And keep in mind, remember, we're going to have a big through mortise all the way through this. So, give you guys an idea what's going on. It's going to be from this measurement right here, from this shoulder where that purlin plate's going to sit, to the floor is going to be 10 feet. And then we're going to have a 3-inch stub tenon that goes into the floor. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to be using fasteners to hold these queen posts into the floor. I'm not going to peg them, but they will be tenons. So there we have it. Let's lay this thing out and continue on. All right, let's get some of this done, guys. Now we've got it drawn out. Now we've got it figured out. Now, I will tell you, I did go through already and do some of this. I laid quite a bit of it out already. But, so now we're just going to connect the dots. All that good stuff. Get our pencil sharpened. Okay. This is the fun part. I enjoy laying this stuff out. So, Reference face, adjacent face. This one is good and square. This is fresh off the mill. I'm using this for a wall post because the knots aren't really big in it, but there's enough of them that I would rather use it for a wall post instead of trying to use it for a plate member or a horizontal member. Remember what I said here a short while ago in one of the videos that you want your best stuff for your vertical or your horizontal members. So what we're going to do, we're going to lay this tenon out. Now this tenon's a 2x2 layout. The nice thing about these being the 8x8s, the best part is my saw, I can cut this from both sides and get the whole thing. Right here, this is going to be a big through mortise. Like I said, we plan to do the Dutch style tenons on this. But what I want to do with this, remember this is the reference face, this is pointed to the outside of the building. I want this to be totally through it. But I still want to measure my center. I want to measure it from the outside of the building because this is a 1/16 inch over 8 inches. So in order for everything to follow through right, I still want to measure this as if it's 8 inches from this reference face. And that is going to be the same for all of your framing, all of it. So let's see. Now something else you want to watch with your knots, especially with a bandsaw mill, and I don't know if you have the same issue with a swing blade mill. I would love to try a swing mill out sometime, but right now it's just not in the cards. But when you have a piece where you have a lot of knots, especially if you have big knots, keep in mind that sometimes with a band mill, that when that blade hits those knots, that sucker's going to move on you. And what's going to happen is, it's not a big deal, but it does throw your timber off a little bit around the knots. Not the whole thing, but around the knots. First I had to plan that right into a knot backer head. But it shouldn't be in there that deep. Whoa, it'll fall over. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this one. So we got a queen post pretty well wrapped up. I just have to cut the tenons on both ends and we can put this one to bed. There are only 9 more to go with these, so it's not too bad. So anyway, I started putting the information up, some more in-depth instruction on the website. There's an article in there. I've got to do another one. Just trying to get the basics out there of doing one of these and the steps you need to do to plan one out. So we'll continue on with that series on the website at tradesmanoffgrid.com, and we'll keep going with that. But anyway, had a real good weekend, good time with the wife and kids. Got some great pictures. I'll throw some up at the end of the video. And this cat acts like I feed him or something. I don't feed you. That's the boss's job. This thing about cats, they only come up to you when they want something. They always want something. They're kind of like my kids. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next one. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back again. We're going to cut these tenons on this queen post we started last night. Try to get another one cut tonight. Nothing new and exciting, but hey, one thing that I have gotten religious about is every time one of these saws comes out of that toolbox, I check that blade for square. Now, when you're checking your blade, obviously you're checking against not the fence, help me out here, the deck of the saw. Don't rest your square up against that tooth and square up to the actual carbide tooth. Go in between the teeth. That's going to tell you if your saw, if the blade itself is square or not. And that's good and square. And no, I don't do that with the saw plugged in. I'd hate to hit that trigger and make a mess of my social life. But anyway, we're going to try to knock these tenons out. Now some of you are probably going to say, well, why the hell don't you just put it on the sawmill and cut it? This is only a 5-inch long tenon on an 8x8 post. It's not going to take me very long to cut this out. Now there's a couple ways you could do it. I could drop cut the line on that, or I can kerf it. I prefer to kerf it in case there's times I drop cut. You guys have seen me drop cut before, but I kind of like doing it this way. I could pare down real easy and, keep an eye on things really well. That saw wanders one way or the other on me, I might screw my tenon up pretty good, so I prefer just to kerf it. And I probably do a lot more kerfs than what I need to do, but it just makes it easier for me to remove the material. So let's get after it. So now that we've got the hard way down, let me show you the easier way. Seems we do that a lot here, don't we? I do a lot of that because a lot of you guys may not have the tools that I have. You know, it doesn't hurt to show you guys that you can do it without a bunch of fancy tools. So we kind of like to mix it up a little bit. Now I'm going to drop cut this one when we get to that point because this is only a 3-inch wide tenon, so it'll be nothing to drop cut that. So we're going to get at it. Yeah, let's see what we get. Plug her back in. So I got a shadow here, guys. This one I think we'll roll it over. Do it on the other side. The reason I'm going to do that is I want this saw to have a good place to rest. If I don't have a good place for that saw to rest, my cut's going to get off and then this tenon's going to be out of square and I don't feel like screwing around with it. No, this saw does not seem to like to cut in that orientation, but it'll work. We'll finish this off with the other saw. The big cleanup. Seems I spend half my night looking around me. Where'd my tools go? Where'd they go? A little checker with a square. See how out of whack we are. Pretty good. I'll live with it. Pretty good. Like it. Love it. Again, make sure you chamfer your edges. This makes it a lot easier to line up that mortise with the tenon when you go to put it in. There's just something very satisfying about peeling that edge off of there. Probably you guys who watch and do this every day, you're like, yeah, what's so great is just a tenon. You guys probably get sick of doing that, I would imagine, but you know, I'm new enough at it where I do not get tired of it one damn bit. There we have it, guys. We have a finished queen post. So, total time on this guy. A little pan here. Total time on this guy is about 2 hours. So that's it. Not too bad. Well, maybe 2.5 hours. We're not counting the milling time, though. Obviously, the milling time adds a couple hours to it. So we're going to keep going. Well, guys, we got to cut it short tonight. Got some weather moving in. It's supposed to downpour tonight and a good portion of the day tomorrow, but tomorrow evening is supposed to be nice, so we can keep going on these queen posts. Slow progress, but some progress is better than no progress. 8 more of these guys to go after this one's done. We're going to be in pretty good shape, and then we can cut purlin plates. We can finish cutting our top plates. I did find another source of timber. It looks like it is free of charge, and it's much closer to home, about 5 miles away. So this weekend we may be taking a trip with a camera over to check those woods out. So hope you guys are enjoying this series. We're going to keep going on it. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.